I'm Chris McKenzie, and I'm a weather enthusiast. The first thing I'll do when I start at a new school will be to set up a wireless weather station where all students have access to the data on their iPad, and it can be used for units of inquiry, for mathematics, and I even use it for my weather and climate ASA. I believe the most effective form of education is like a real-life simulation, where students experience all aspects of life in a safe environment. I put emotional intelligence education as a priority for all students because I believe a well-balanced child is able to enjoy life and learn more effectively. But I do know this cannot be achieved without fully involving parents in all aspects of their education. We all know the world is constantly changing and evolving. That's why I think it's important we teach students the relevant skills in order to help them adapt and thrive to any profession, challenge, or situation that they encounter in the future. I believe involving students and parents in the planning process of any unit of inquiry is important to giving students ownership over their own learning. Kids, they just want to have fun. They want to experience life. They want to go to companies and see what different jobs are like out there and experience it for themselves. They want to explore. They want to create stuff. They're so curious about life. They just want to know everything. And my goal is to provide opportunities for them to achieve this and to facilitate their learning. Each year I get the students to do their own personal project for homework, and I get the parents to be their mentor. And currently I have students making their own clothing line, designing car engines, making their own chocolate, all sorts. The kids are intrinsically motivated by their imagination. I like to make the classroom environment a fantasy land. With the help of the Classcraft app, students are able to make their own characters and go on quests. It makes learning way more fun for the kids.
Almost once a week, Mr. Chris tells us what we're good at and what we have to improve on. In this classroom, attitudes are very important because Mr. Chris thinks that getting a good job isn't all about good grades, it's also about good attitudes.
Mr. Chris is one of those teachers that thinks outside of the box. He's very creative, innovative, and he likes to do lots of things that are practical for his kids to learn. And his kids are very interested in his teaching methods.
Like Mr. Chris, because he gives us a lot of independence. He treats us just like adults.
Chris is an awesome team player, very good at being part of our crew that we've got together. Finding stuff on the internet, he's really good at that, but his enthusiasm, that's the big word I would say with Mr. Chris, enthusiasm.
He also liked weather forecasting, and up there is a board that every team can forecast the weather, and then the next day Mr. Chris is going to tell us the real weather.
Mr. Chris is a very positive person. When somebody do something wrong, he'll tell you what is the right thing to do and always encourage you.
Mr. Chris never gets angry. When he is teaching us, he is always have a smiling face.
I was also lucky enough to spend some time in Antarctica, and I share my experiences down there with my students, which help to inspire them, especially during units of inquiry. I would never have had the opportunity to go to Antarctica if it wasn't for my obsession with the weather. And the only real reason I have this obsession is because at primary school I'd spend most of my school days looking out the window, predicting what the clouds would do and what the weather will be tomorrow. And then in high school, a teacher put me onto a personal project where I expanded my weather knowledge for fun. And this gave me recognition from NASA, I was in the newspaper, the radio, and it helped me get to Antarctica. But most importantly, it gave me the confidence I needed in life to succeed. Sharing these experiences clearly inspire students, but sharing my mistakes I've made in my life help them to understand that making mistakes is completely normal, and that making mistakes is how you learn. Helping students learn from these mistakes gives me a great deal of happiness, and it's the reason why I'm a teacher today.